Hey guys, it's Elaine, the Ninja Life Coach, and welcome to my channel today. Today is Motivational Monday, so sit back, grab yourselves a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. I occasionally get asked questions like, why do you bring God into your videos? Or why are you talking about God? And what does God have to do with whatever video I happen to be making or whatever topic I happen to be discussing at the time? And the answer to that is very simple. In order for me as a Christian to take God out of the equation, it would be I would be silent. Because God has done so much for me in my life through His mercy and grace and many other things that I can't be quiet about the things that He's done for me. I can't be quiet about my faith. Now, I understand that this might offend some people, and I get that. Because if you are not a believer and you are not a disciple of Jesus Christ, that could be kind of offensive to you. And I am really sorry about that. However, I am not going to be silent about God just because it offends somebody. Whomever it offends, they're just going to have to be offended, because I can't not talk about something that is such a big part of my life. I just can't do that. So today I want to just encourage you, if you have been getting any pushback from your stance as a Christian, take heart with that. Take heart with that. Stand firm and don't let the devil get you down with it. Don't second guess yourself. Don't wonder if you should have stayed silent. Don't worry about any of that stuff. Do the best you can to proclaim the Word of God and love others. Now, you can't get out of love. You have to love. But you don't have to be silent just because somebody seems to think you need to be. And that's pretty much just it. There's not a lot to that. God has walked with me through some of the most difficult times that I've ever faced. But yet He's been with me and He's brought me through on the other side, and He's restored my joy. How can I not talk about that? How can I not, explain that? I don't know of any better way to explain that, and I know of no other way as a Christian to be a testimony to God other than tell what He has done for me. Your testimony is a very powerful thing. So don't let the enemy steal that from you. The Bible tells us that we overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. You will overcome by the word of your testimony. It may not always look like the way we think it's going to look, but that really doesn't matter. As long as we're staying true to God and to biblical truths, we're going to be fine. If you have any questions about how I became a Christian, why my faith is important to me, please feel free to email me at elaine@ninjalifecoaching.com. I would be more than happy to talk with you about that and answer any questions that you may have. Know, however, though, I'm not going to be silenced because someone doesn't like it. I'm not going to be. I can't. And if that's your goal, then I'm very sorry, but it's not going to happen. So being a widow has drawn me even closer to God than I was before. And some people will say, well, Elaine, you're just using a crutch. Don't we all need a little help sometimes? And if it's a crutch that I gladly use. It's a crutch that has gotten me through many, many dark days. It's a crutch that's allowed me to love others, help others, and be a blessing to others. So maybe I'm just kind of like Tiny Tim in A Christmas Carol. God bless us, everyone. Maybe I'm just kind of like that. I don't really mind. If it's a crutch, it's a crutch. So what? Everybody has a crutch. Everybody has something that they're using to help them get through the day. You can even choose yourself to be your own crutch. You can choose your own self-talk, and it's still a crutch. Does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. We all use crutches to get us through the day. So if this is a crutch, I am gladly imprisoned with it. Let me just say that. So, guys, I don't know what else to say. That's pretty much all I had to say. I just wanted to make a quick little video about this and encourage you. If that's happened to you, I pray that God would give you the words to say to help others. Because we can't be mean. We cannot help others by being mean. We have to defend our faith, but we have to do it in such a way that others know we love them. And there's not, we become all things to all men in order that we might win some. We're not going to win everyone. There are some people who are just not going to listen to us. And that's all right. They don't have to. They have a right, if they live in America, they have a right as an American citizen to not listen. They don't have to. But I have a right as an American citizen to proclaim my beliefs just as loudly as someone else proclaims theirs. So that's one area that I do not compromise on. I will compromise on other things. But biblical standards and my stance as a Christian, I will not compromise, ever. So, if people who are watching this video, if you're looking for that, I'm very sorry. You're at the wrong place, and perhaps this channel is just not a place for you. And I really hate to say that because I really want to be inclusive and love everyone. But I'm not going to allow my belief system to be targeted and degraded and demeaned. I'm not going to allow that here. So if you're respectful, you will be allowed to stay. But if you turn mean and accusatory on me, I'm sorry, you will be blocked. And I've blocked people before, and I know how to use that block button. And I will do it again. Now, having said that, I want you to understand, I don't have to have just people on this channel that agree with me. I welcome honest discourse. There are things that I may be wrong on about my stance with the Bible. I may have not studied something out as much as I should have, and I could be wrong about something. And I'm open to that, to listening. But what I'm not open to is for someone attacking me for my faith. And I'm not going to be open to that, folks, because I'm not going to give it up just because somebody thinks I need to, or somebody else thinks it's a fairy tale, or whatever else that they say, or I don't believe in God. Well, that's your right, but I have every right to believe in God. So that's okay. I think that the fruit of my Christianity kind of speaks for itself. One thing I will say is, if you would like to know how I got through being a widow, I made a video right when I very first started this channel about what God did for me as a widow. And I would encourage you to go back. It's not polished. It doesn't look as good. The lighting is not as good as my videos are now, but it's raw and it's from the heart. And I would encourage you to go back and look at it. It's about 4 or 5 years old now, but my stance on that has not changed. It's been 9 years since I lost my husband, almost. It'll be 9 years in March of 2023. Every day with God is an easier day to be a widow. Every day I'm a little more joyful. And I've always been a joyful person, and I was determined that the devil wasn't going to steal my joy. I wasn't going to live the rest of my life in a joyless situation. I just wasn't going to do that. And no one should have to. Even if you live without God, you should still be able to move forward with your life. Now, you're not going to have the joy of the Lord. You're not. I'm not going to be able to teach you how to have the joy of the Lord without the Lord. Most of the principles that life coaching espouses, they are biblical principles, even if it is not Christian coaching. Most of those principles are based on biblical truths and biblical mores. So most every rule or law that we have in society is based on biblical truths. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not kill. Don't go out and break the law by killing somebody or stealing their stuff. That's two right there, right off the top of my head. The greatest, though, of the commandments is to love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And the second one is like the first. Love your neighbor, love your brother as yourself. If we forget those things, it doesn't matter how much I stand up for the Lord. It doesn't matter. I still have to love those people, even if they don't love me, even if they don't understand me. I'm not exempt from love just because someone doesn't understand. Still have to love them. But I love people enough that I'm not going to lie to them and feed them something that isn't true. I'm going to give them good, solid advice and good, solid meat to eat. I'm not going to stick a bottle in their mouth and give them sugar water and tell them it's okay. I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing people a service by doing that. And I'm not helping them. What I say and what I do has eternal consequences. And my philosophy is it really costs me nothing to believe in God. It costs me absolutely nothing. But it might cost me everything not to believe in God. So I choose to believe. Listen, guys, I hope you all have a great day. God bless you all. I love you guys. Maranatha, folks. Bye-bye.